Okay, Nikki, we are live on Facebook, and I'm so happy that you came and you took some time today. It's in English. Nikki, welcome to this interview.
Hi, I'm happy to be here.
I'm very happy to see you as well. That you came. And today, Nikki, you are self-employed. You are in the middle of your heart's wish, I think. But the interesting thing always is, what have you done before in the past? How was your life then?
Yeah. It wasn't an easy journey, I would say, for me personally. So while I love what I'm doing today, I've had like quite a road full of obstacles, I would say, over the years. I don't know how much you want me to tell your audience about that.
Whatever you feel free to share from your personal side. Yes.
Yeah. So when I was 16 years old, I got diagnosed with a brain tumor.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like really intense, and my life changed completely. At that moment, I did not know if I would survive and if I would even have a future. So that was like a really, really intense life circumstance that like made me realize how short life is. And I think that is like a big part of my motivation behind like really chasing my dreams. Yeah. So after getting diagnosed with the brain tumor, I had neurosurgery, brain surgery, which lasted an entire day. And I had to recover after, which was really hard. And it took 7 years eventually. And the first few years were the hardest. First few months were the hardest. And the first few years were very hard as well. Like even watching TV was too intense. Like I got sick from watching TV, just to give you an idea of what my situation was like. And I wasn't happy with life, like, which you can probably imagine because I was struggling so much. But I came at a moment where I realized and where I felt like, okay, if I want like a better future, if I want to change my life around, I'm responsible. Nobody else but me is responsible. And although it was really, really hard, I started like taking steps towards the life that I envisioned. And really small steps. It's not like that I started my business and I went all in. No, it was like going for a 2-minute walk. It was that like intense. Like the 2-minute walk was a huge step for me. And I built like from that basically to where I am now.
That's very touching because 16, that's very young. Or my oldest daughter is 16 now today. And so I can imagine that must be very hard to live with that and with some of the consequences, right? But Nikki, what have you done what did you work something? Did you study something? Or what have you done at that time before all the process of changing started? Or did you already aim the finishing line already?
Before I got sick, you mean, or before I started my business?
Before you started your business. So most of us are very curious and would like to know. So what did you study? What did you work? What did you do? And what kind of process, day by day, did you have?
Yeah, really good questions. So when I recovered, like my main drive was helping people. And I wanted to become a doctor or a neurosurgeon, like to later realize that that's not possible because like my motor skills are not perfect anymore. But my main drive was that. So I wanted to study at university, but I was like a lot of levels below that. So I worked myself slowly up to be able to study at university. So I did a doctor's assistant education, then nursing school. Then I studied psychology at university. And I thought like, once I studied psychology at university, I will be so happy. Like that is like the thing, maybe even go to like study medicine. But that was going to be my roots. But then I was studying psychology. And like, I'm really happy that I followed these steps. But I followed, my heart wish, that I followed my gut. But then I realized like, okay, I'm happy with this experience, the knowledge that I gained, but this is not like the final destination yet. So when I was studying psychology, I started building my business. Yeah, that was around like 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2018, it officially started with like a big launch. And yeah, that was the first moment that I had a success.
Wow, that's amazing. So you studied psychology, you have been a student, going to university, making your tests. And how did you come up with the idea to start your own business? Was it something easy, or I just do it, let's try, or what did happen then?
Mm, ooh, I don't often think about that time anymore. What was a main drive for me is I was studying psychology. I realized that a surgeon was like out of the becoming a surgeon was out of the picture because of my motor skills. It's like not possible. Um, so then I was like, okay, am I going to be a psychologist for the rest of my life, work in a hospital from 9 to 6, like be indoors all day? Or do I change my life and go for something absolutely crazy where I can basically create my dream life? So for example, what I really like is to travel and to explore and to meet a lot of new people and to have freedom, like time and location freedom. And I felt that inside that I'm an entrepreneur, but before that, like I knew somehow, but I was scared to take action on it. I did try like a few things, but like really taking action was not the case. But at that time, I just like took the step and I went all in, and it was not that at that moment I knew exactly what I was going to do, but I was doing research. I was like exploring all different directions. And I remember that I was in a Facebook group for entrepreneurs. It was like a general Facebook group for entrepreneurs. And I met someone in that group that was doing something similar to what I'm doing now. And he told me about it. And then this crazy impulsive idea came from him. He's from the States, I'm from the Netherlands. And he was about to go speak at an event about online business. And he told me about that. And he said, why don't you join me? And I was like, well, no, that's like such a crazy idea. Just book a ticket and fly to the States. But then I was like, okay, I only live once. This might like change my world completely. And I'm just going to do it. So then I flew over to the States. Yeah, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot. And then after that, I had my first launch. Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting. So could you, as you get excited with the business, then the business opportunity come, you could fly to the States, right? Could you finish your studies then? Because full of excitement and business, the first launching. So what happened with your studies?
Yeah, good question. Also because like I was still recovering from my brain tumor. It was years after, but like still today I'm struggling with energy. So it was a lot. Like my psychology studies, my building my business. Luckily, from my university, they had like an entrepreneurship program where I got accepted. And because of that, I had like a lot of flexibility when it came to my education to become a psychologist. So I could like spread it all out in my weekly schedule. I could take breaks. I was even able to travel during my studies. So that was amazing. And then I came at a moment where my business like really took off, and it was a scary decision, but I took the decision to stop the studies for psychology and go all in with
Wow. So that was a big step for you, right? To go all in, business is flying up, and stop your studies then.
Yeah. Because it's not like the normal route, right? Everyone is just like, okay, you go to university, you have a job, and that is like life. And I was like, okay, I'm building a business here. I'm flying all over the world. Everything is online. I'm taking this huge leap, scary leap. Like it was scary for me. Yeah.
What was most scary for you?
Taking the risk, like entering the unknown. Yeah. Not knowing how it would like end, what results that I would get. Maybe regretting my decision.
Okay, because that's mostly very important and interesting for all of us, because everybody's standing in front of some decisions, right? And then we're wondering, can we do it? Can we not do it? Shall we do it? Shall we not do it? So probably we went through pro and contrast, but you finally made a decision, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And did you regret that decision?
No, not at all. No. Even the decisions that I made along that path that otherwise I maybe should not have made, like I'm happy I made them because they shaped my life to where I am now. Yeah. So I'm happy with all the decisions that I made.
Very, very nice. So I can imagine that many people are very curious now and to say, hey, Nikki, what are you doing today? So what went your path to today, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, when I started my online business, I developed digital knowledge products, like digital products that were about Instagram and getting brand deals, like getting collaborations with brands. Then I shifted to doing social media management for coaches and course creators. So I was on their accounts, like helping them market their services and get clients. I got insane results doing that. So I documented that process. And basically what I'm doing now is that I help coaches and course creators set up their business and get clients doing what they love, basically. So I help them build a business around what they love. Yeah.
That's very nice, because then you do what you love and you empower people to do what they love.
Yeah.
This is amazing. So this is very amazing.
Yeah.
And as people can see on your Facebook side, you're traveling a lot. You're enjoying life.
Yeah.
And you're enjoying helping people, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Helping people, traveling, and like strategy. These are like the three things that I really love. Yeah.
You're very, very strong. That's your gifts, right? What you got from, huh? Yeah. That's very nice. And so when people are listening to our interview today, and they maybe, I don't know which phase they stand, which time, you know, if they stand at the first one where they're still going some path of their life, maybe they are in this decision kind of thing, shall I do it, shall I not do it? What is your advice for people on the way? What would you tell them if you could just see them and tell them from your heart? What's your message to them?
I think it's two things, like what I mentioned before, like just make decisions, just take steps, because it shapes your life to how you want it to be. Maybe not like directly, but you are moving at least. So for me, I don't regret any of the decisions and the steps that I took. So that's the first. And the second is listen to your intuition. Like, don't overthink, listen to your intuition. Like everything that I've accomplished now has been because of listening to my heart, listening to my intuition. Even though some decisions like might seem scary, big, uncomfortable, like if I feel that I need to do something, yeah, I need to do it because it will bring me further.
So if I understand you right, there is some fear sometimes, right? But through the decision, you go through the fear. Is that what I understood? Right? Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Taking the uncomfortable steps. Yeah. It is like, it kind of feels maybe not good because of fear to take the step, but I feel like in my heart, my gut, my intuition, that it is the right move for me. So that I do it anyway. And consistent steps like that, I feel bring us further. Yeah.
That's very powerful. And that's a big encouragement for everyone who says, hey, the steps I have done already it has purpose, right? I'm not at the aim at the moment, but it has already a purpose. And I think that's very encouraging for people listening to this interview, because we are all on the way, right? We are on the way to go to an aim, if we have an aim. And so that's I think that's amazing to listen to your story, what happened in your life, dealing with sickness, dealing with the consequences, going your path, fighting for it, and then making a turnaround and going more even direct to your heart, right?
Yeah. It's been an amazing journey. Yeah. And even like these first steps that I took, like I didn't get an immediate result. Like it was like really hard, but knowing that I was like moving, that I was taking these steps toward like the eventual goal, the big goal, that already made me, happier person.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's so exciting. And I think if people have listened to our interview today, they can search you online and they come in contact with you, and there might be some spots for training. And I think they will be very happy with you, listening and be educated and learn more from your part, from your gifts, what you are putting into this world.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nikki, for the time we could have for this powerful interview with you. I'm really, really happy. And I wish you all the best. I'm looking forward to see you soon again.
Thank you, Chris. I love being here.
Thank you. Thanks so much.